Hey everybody, and welcome back to another wonderful video with Cassie. So today I decided, because might as well, it was deciding that I was going to do this shell challenge, which I'm going to talk about in a second, or which I have also made, but I don't think it's like great production quality. I did my December themed speed build, ASMR-esque. And I have that like saved as a backup on YouTube. I think I want to go back and re-edit that. And I didn't even quite finish it. Those like monthly things that I've been doing is very much a work in progress. So I'm like, eh. So I decided, you know what, never mind. I'm gonna do the Sims 4 Spark Something Shell Challenge. Try saying that like 7 times fast. So I want to make it extremely clear, disclaimer, that this challenge, like the official contest, is officially been closed. You were supposed to do it like way before December 1st. Like I think it was like November 29th was when your last day to enter into the Spark Challenge. So kudos to the people that actually did it on time and followed instructions. Like, round of applause, give yourself a pat on the back. I am not one of those people because I didn't find out about this challenge until about a week ago. And I was like, oops, but you know, kudos to the people and good luck, break a leg. The winner, I think it's 10 winners, gets a free expansion pack. So that's super duper amazing. Again, I know I like been pushing this, but The Sims 4 is free. I don't know how many more times I'm going to say that on this channel, but I encourage people, because Sims 4 is just for all walks of life and all types of creativity. It's one of my special interests, and it's one of my pastimes that, especially with being autistic and having OCD, it's something that really calms me down, and just something that I can micromanage, and you can play in a gajillion different ways. And it's just something that's super duper nice to just have and play in the background. But yeah, so kudos again to the people that did the challenge officially. I'm excited to see who wins, and oh, I bet that their builds are like 10 times better than what I'm doing right now. So just to kind of bring you up to speed, you're seeing this obviously like sped up by like 5 times. The original build took me just over an hour to finish, and I swear it's probably not my best work, but I had a lot of fun doing this. So my autistic brain originally went, oh my goodness, let me make this like an OG plumb bob. And so I made it like literally a neon green plumb bob. And my thought process was like, let me use all the items. This was me planning for this video. Okay, so just some background. I originally wanted to use all the items in The Sims 4 that are Sims 4. So I have played other Sims games before, and there's just something about nostalgia about previous Sims games and their gameplay and the goofy and quirkiness of it. Sometimes I miss that. I genuinely miss that gameplay in The Sims 4, where you're just playing and having fun and just doing all those things. And I just miss that. I really, really do. Just seeing like the quirky cutscenes and just the nostalgia of it, and it's funny. And yeah, like Sims 2 and Sims 3 had all this like fun different like gameplay options and items that you could interact with, but The Sims 4, I mean, there's some but not a lot. And I think this is where I was getting at. The irony, what they were trying to do in The Sims 4 to make those quirky items again is, for some weird reason, just make them extremely large. So they made like an observatory, which they originally called a telescope, until finally they're like, but let's make a real telescope. And then they made the cupcake machine. So that's where I was trying to get at, was I wanted to make a bakery or a retail option that was just using the cupcake machine, or somehow using the cupcake machine. And then I like had to research it. I was trying to remember, like, do you have to set the lot as a retail lot to make the cupcakes and sell the cupcakes? Would I have had to do it as a cafe? And so I was looking through at the beginning of this video. You can kind of see me scrolling through the options. I ended up choosing the bubble tea and thrift store, because I was like, you know what, that's a brand new option, and that's just something that's like really nice. They came with the high school years expansion pack, so especially for the friends that, again, The Sims 4 is free, I would go ahead and I would buy high school years expansion pack. That's where most of my build is from, is high school years expansion pack. But again, I don't want to influence your decision at all. If you had to choose one for free, I would do seasons, because that affects every single thing of gameplay. That's just, in my opinion, the most worth it, and it honestly should be just included in the Sims 4 base game, but I digress. But yes, so that was my original game plan, was I wanted to make like a bakery or a cafe using the retail option. And then that kind of turned into, like, you can kind of see my thought process here. So I'm currently working on I want to say boba tea here in San Antonio. Like, I call it boba tea. And me and Patrick, like, there was this one summer when we were just like very young, like young little, like 18, 19-year-olds. Like, we would ride our bikes every single summer, every single day in the summer, to this specific boba tea place and Southside San Antonio, and just giving like flashbacks. And it's like hot and you're like kind of sweaty, and it's just like a very happy day, and you go in there, and we tried every single flavor. Like, that was our goal, was to try like all 120 like different boba flavors. But is it bubble tea or boba tea? Because we call it boba. Like, we're gonna go get boba tea, right? I don't know. Let me know in the comments below if you call it bubble or boba tea. I'm just an uneducated, like, Mexican American. But yeah, no, so that it's giving me a flashback. So I was like, you know what? Let me make like a cute little cafe. Oh, okay. And you saw me trying to grab the cupcake machine, and I do put it outside, saying, "Yeah, remember, Cassie, you were supposed to do the cupcake machine." Um, but yeah, so I'm making like this little entrance. You're seeing me fiddle with that stupid corner. Okay, this is my pet peeve. This is like not geared to anyone in particular, but when you're making builds and you're making like a closed off room, kind of like a column area, please raise the platform. Like, I hate that, because then when you like play not with the walls up, but like semi up, which is how I play, it blocks it off as a wall. And you can say like, oh, that's a wall. But when a lot of Sims builders, especially popular ones like you on YouTube, they just wall it off, and then they don't use the platform tool. And it's like, so it's just like this random space. And I don't like that. Sorry, random pet peeve. But the pet peeve with using the platform tools is that it's so frustrating to put things exactly where you want it, because it thinks it's on a different level. So you saw the furniture like jumping up and down there, and so I was like, eh. So I wanted to make like a cute little, like, with like counters, and to grab napkins, and maybe have like a little coffee pot, right? Can get that cafe spirit, some paper towels, and that ended up not happening. But that's okay. All right, so now we're moving in to the actual place where you can enjoy your boba tea. And I was very much gearing this as more trendy. So I was, again, using the high school years expansion pack. I was thinking a lot of teens, a lot of young adults would come to the store during the summertime to go get some boba tea, to sit at these beautiful little sofas, very aesthetic. And you're gonna see in a second what I do with those sofas, or I guess they're technically love seats, because later on, like when I go by and like check, because it's like blinking red warning signs saying like it's not complete, it says like those didn't count as sofas. So I guess they're technically love seats, but I just think that's really stupid. I think if it's a sitting place in The Sims, like, I think they should go back and like change that. But anyways, it's okay. I make that like a very cute little area. Like, I can see, and this is just from my brain. So, born and raised in San Antonio, Texas. When I was in college, and with still really good friends that I'm still know, and I'm super excited because one of them, two of them, they're getting married in 1 week, so I'm super excited to be their bridesmaid. But there's a really good friend, Patrick, and I, my fiance, that we were in the major with her in college, and we used to go to this place called Halcyon, and that was kind of the vibe I was getting at, was that Halcyon is this coffee bar place here in San Antonio, and it's very like aesthetic. Well, I don't know how it is anymore, but this was like maybe 5 or 6 years ago, before pre-COVID, and you just got to go in, and there was like all these cute little sofas and little bar stools, and you just got to go, and we would like work for hours. And so we would get there at lunch, order some coffee, work on our finals, work on our projects, and then by the time like we would be done, it would be like 7, 8 p.m. So you could get like bar drinks and little cocktails. But that was what that corner was reminding me of, with the little sofas. And so I'm gonna make it like a kind of more of a private room, where like a group of friends, like in my head, I could see like a group of my best friends and I just sitting there enjoying our boba, and it's bringing back memories of when I was in high school, which is why I was using a lot of the high school years. But yeah, it turns out really cute. So that area is the seating area, and to a second, once I put that wall up, you're gonna see that the third area is where you can buy the thrift clothes. So I was trying to set up that area a little bit, make a retail counter. And when I was going into what I know from doing shell challenges in the past, and I used to do them a lot on Twitch, I'm not a big fan of Twitch. I don't like doing things live. I still have the Twitch active. Like a lot of my clips are still on there for when I did like different gameplays and stuff, but I don't really like Twitch because I would just get like a lot of weird DMs, and I didn't really quite like that. Like I like doing this and like seeing like you guys talk in the comments, and then I, like interacting like that. I didn't like interacting lifetime. And then for some reason, I brought this up before, my game does not do well with the Twitch extension to like record things. I have no idea why. It slows down my PC, so I can't do that. I've been having just to use like the generic Xbox game bar that comes built into your PC. That works perfectly. But for some reason, the Twitch one would just like just all my data and my broadband width, and it just would make it super duper slow. And so it was just frustrating because when I would go back and watch the clips, it was just always blurry and pixelated, and it was just pretty cruddy. But that's okay. I prefer this. So when I've done shell challenges before in the past on Twitch, I make it like a big thing, and that's part of the official rules, is that you're not supposed to do anything with the walls that the person originally built. All right, so, and Max has put a little bit of different rules on this one. I even took a picture just because like I wanted to go back and check over and over again, but it was saying like you can add to these walls as long as those walls of the plumb bob exist. So I was trying my darn hardest to not, because like going back to original shell challenges is you're not supposed to like add anything on to the external walls, but I had to. I just had to for this back bathroom. I needed to put a couple of toilets back there, and we just ran out just enough of room. Just enough room that I couldn't put the toilets. And so I was like, ah! So I went ahead and made this little box in the back, and it came out really perfect. And you're going to see me in a second kind of put the final details and change the wood and the wallpaper. And yeah, put like the little final decorations on the wall. I promise you, when we come back out here, I know it's still like the glowing green plum blob. I tried to make it work at the very end, but in a second you're going to see me adding a patio, because it did say in the official rules you did have to put stairs. And I was like, oh crud. And since this is on a diagonal, stairs, Sims developers, please just change it. It was really wonky, and I was like, how do I add stairs? And so once the second I add that patio, I had to change the outside because it was not looking good. I mean, obviously, like you can't really make like this neon green color work, but it you see my thought process, right, guys? Like I was like, oh, let's do like fun, quirky things. It's a plum bob, and that turned into, no, wait, this is actually really cute. um, Something I would do if I had to go back again, though, is definitely work on landscaping. I was gonna put like a pond and a fountain, right? I pulled out some other things. So with the cupcake machine, I was also pulling out like the llama bush, like again, like very Sims 4 quirky, heavy lore. And I was gonna make like this whole little area with the park and like little bushes for them to sit around a fountain. Yeah, none of that happened. Since I spent so long doing this, my brain was like, yeah, we're done. I want to go eat my bagel from Starbucks now. So if I had to redo this again, I definitely would include some hills and some landscaping and some terrain paint. But yeah, very much did not happen. Oh, so I had to put some bushes up here to hide that mural because it was just a little slightly too big. Oh, and I think I leave it in the original at the very end, but I did put a cow plant because again, Sims 4, like when you think Sims, I think cow plant, like dying from a cow plant. So I just think it's funny if your group of teens came here to get boba and then one of them randomly died. But yeah, thank you guys so much for supporting my channel. And again, I hope you guys are seeing like the production value very much going up. and I'm just messing around with a little bit of editing software, and I've really been liking that, and it should be free on most PCs. It's called Clipchamp, and I prefer it. I'm very someone that needs very detailed instructions and stuff that's simplified, and I really think that Clipchamp, there you go, is like super duper easy to use, and I've been using that to make these last couple YouTube videos. But let me know in the comments below, especially for this new year, what gameplay you want to see for Sim Saturdays. Like, I have a bunch of ideas. I know the last time I put a poll, everyone was like, a poll, excuse me. Last time I put a poll, everyone was like, I want to do the Black Widow challenge again. And I'm not saying like I loved it, but I would go back and change it because that was just a test run to see like how to work YouTube and how to work my computer. If my computer could even handle it. But now that I know it can, I would definitely go back and like revamp that maybe like next October for like a Halloween series. But yeah, please let me know, guys, if like there's a specific gameplay. If you don't like my talking, I could just put like some free royalty music in the background of this. If you just want the ASMR, like that's one thing, since now I can see stats because there was like, I think over 200 views the other day of my channel or a video or something. And it says like the most common research things that I'm getting like on from people from YouTube is they search up Sims ASMR. So that's been apparently pretty popular. So if you want me to go back, I could definitely just like re-upload this without me talking. But yeah, let me know. But thank you so much, everybody. Again, I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for watching another wonderful video with me. I'm going to go ahead and say goodbye, and I'll put some music on, and in a second, you're also going to see some screenshots. Bye, everybody.